I found out about this story from Light Skin Love's channel about DJ Envy's wife having her face slashed by a gang of dark skinned bullies when she was about 15 years old. Light Skin Love is one of the first channels that ever started to defend light skinned women, and I'm really thankful for that because without that beginning channel, light skinned women were just being relentlessly abused without anyone defending us. Nobody was defending us. Supposedly, light skinned women and dark skinned men have some kind of alliance, or we're always with each other, or we're always choosing each other over our own skin tone, but yet I don't even see darker skinned men defending us. I don't know what kind of alliance that is, where I've seen a lot of darker skinned men kind of join in on the bullying of light skinned women, to be honest. That being said, DJ Envy's wife talked about a really traumatic experience in her life where she experienced light skin colorism and she was attacked solely due to her skin tone. This is a story that unfortunately a lot of light skinned women can relate to. I've had my own run ins with dark skinned bullies, blocking my path when I'm trying to walk, calling me names, making fun of my hair, refusing to speak to me when I'm sitting next to them or when I'm talking directly to them. So I've had a lot of really nasty incidences with darker skinned women, and I didn't realize it was because of my skin tone until all of those pro dark skin pages started to pop up, and then I saw how much dark skinned women truly hate light skinned women, and they're proud of it, they're open about it, and they think they have the right to hate light skinned women because some guy chose a lighter skinned woman over them 10 years ago. I've even heard celebrities talk about how who cares about light skinned women's stories, or I don't care about your story. And I always think you don't care about another human being's story because of their skin tone. Like, how could you say something so disgusting as, I don't want to hear your story because of your skin tone? Like, if that isn't racism, I don't know what is. So I've included the audio clip for you guys to listen to. Here it is.
My bus got to Jamaica Avenue. My friend and I got off and we decided that we were going to go and get something to eat at McDonald's, which was maybe a 5-block walk. We get there, and as soon as we walked in, I put my book bag on a table and I was rummaging through my bag looking for my wallet. And there were a group of 5 girls that was sitting at a table in the corner. And I started hearing little grumblings and little murmurs and whatnot. And I started to feel a bad vibe. Like sometimes when you're in an environment that something bad is going on, sometimes you could just feel it. And
the energy was bad.
Yeah, the energy was bad. Mm-hmm. And I saw them looking at me and whatnot. So I picked up my bag and I was making my way to the counter. And I heard one of them say to me, well, to her friend, but loud enough, clearly intending for me to hear, that light-skinned bitch thinks she's all of that. Well, we're going to take care of that for her. And I looked at my girlfriend and I said, Delia, you think they're talking about me? And she said, well, you're the only light-skinned girl in here right now, so yeah. Mm-hmm. I was like, you know what, let's just get our food and get out of here. Because at that point, I just thought that it was talk. I didn't think it was going to turn into anything. I thought that they got one off and that was it.
Keep it moving.
But it kept going. Mm-hmm. Then I was Casper the Ghost. That's the first time that I heard you piss-colored bitch. Mm. The list goes on.
Right.
But that's unimportant. So it turned into a huge thing. Mm-hmm. And a group of people inside McDonald's said, you know, it's not fair. Don't kick her and her friend out. This group of girls attack them.
Right.
Let them stay. It's dangerous if they go outside.
So McDonald's kicked all y'all out.
McDonald's kicked all of us out.
We could have sued McDonald's back then, but go ahead.
Is that where your mind always goes?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, but you think about it. They put you into danger. We could have made some bread off McDonald's back then. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
Sorry.
So anyway, so we go outside. Mm-hmm. Now we're out there and the words stir up again. So now there's all of these like racial epithets being spewed at me, and I'm trying to defend myself.
Right.
And I'm looking around thinking, I know that if we walk away, they're just going to follow us, because that was the type of situation it was. They just weren't letting up. And finally, the police came, because, you know, Jamaica Avenue is kind of crawling with cops.
A lot of cops there.
A lot of cops out there. So the cops finally came, and they told us that we had to go our separate ways. So I was like, thank God we're out of this situation. We crossed the street, and Dahlia decided to wait with me until I got into my dollar van. So people, a dollar van, because I think this might have been the second time that I mentioned it, a dollar van is a form of transportation in like more urban areas, like in Brooklyn and Queens, that it pretty much follows the same route as the bus.
But it's a little cheaper, and it comes a little quicker. So if the bus comes every 15 minutes, the dollar van's every 7 minutes.
Right. And instead of $1.50, which it might have been at the time, it's $1 instead. So it's a quicker, cheaper way of traveling. So anyway, she stood there with me waiting for my van to come. So while we were waiting, I looked up the block, and I saw the same group of 5 girls, and there was 2 guys with them, actually. I saw the same group of people coming up the street.
Right.
And I said to Dahlia, like, dude, this isn't going to be good. Like, this isn't going to be good. So they approached us. Now, the cops are already gone. There's a lot of people out there, though, and the same thing happens. They start yelling and screaming, calling me names, trying to invoke an argument.
Right.
And we were engaged for a matter of minutes. And at one point, I look at one of the girls who seemed to be like the ringleader. You know, she was the biggest, well, not the biggest in size, but the biggest and the baddest as far as her personality and the things that she was saying. And I noticed her pat her pocket, and then she slipped her hand in her pocket, and it just looked strange to me. So now I pipe down. I'm not saying anything. I'm not trying to defend myself. I'm just watching her. Then I see her pull her hand out of her pocket, but I don't see what's in her hand. And now she's not really saying anything. So about maybe 10 seconds passed, and she lunged at us, and she grabbed Dahlia by her hair. And Dahlia's about maybe, I don't know, 5'9", right? She grabs Dahlia by her hair and then pulls her to the floor. As Dahlia's falling to the floor, her hand raises, and I see the blade in her hand. And she accidentally, well, not accidentally, but actually, no, it was she accidentally cut the back of Dahlia's hand as Dahlia was falling.
Right.
And as soon as I saw that blade, I grabbed her and I threw her to the floor. Next thing you know, the whole group piled on top of me.
Right.
So I was getting jumped. Now, Dahlia tried to help, but she's one person, so there's only so much she could do. She couldn't pull every single girl off of me, but she was trying. But she's on the outside of this circle, and I'm at the bottom of the pile. So I was getting kicked in the face, stomped in the face, punched, and everything. But ironically, I didn't feel anything. I guess your adrenaline is pumping so much that it numbs your body almost.
Right.
I knew that I was getting punched. I knew I was getting stomped. I could feel the pressure of it. I knew what was happening, but I didn't feel the pain.
Right.
Thank God. So every time that I would open my eyes, I saw this girl's hand just kind of swinging haphazardly, just wildly, you know? But it didn't make sense of what was going on. I was pretty much just trying.
Booger.
I was just trying to pretty much block my face and guard my face and whatnot. And
this,
then
I can't hear this part, man. Go ahead.
all of a sudden, I heard somebody in the crowd say, "Oh my God, I see blood," and it made a small impression on me. I was just thinking, what? But the fight didn't end at that point. But then people started trying to pull us apart. So one of the dollar van drivers grabbed her, and one of her friends grabbed me. So now we're being pulled apart. The rest of her friends started to run. She broke free from the dollar van driver and ran up to me, and I thought she punched me in the face. She dropped the razor blade at that point, which I didn't see, but that's when she dropped the razor blade, and then she took off. So I turned around and looked at Dahlia, and I was just like, oh my God, we made it through this alive.
Right.
Like, whoa, you know? And I'll never forget, she looked at me and said, "Oh my God, Gia, your face." And she fell to the floor, hysterical. And I was like, what? And then I looked down and I saw the leather jacket that I told you that I used to borrow from my brother.
Right.
I was wearing that jacket. I looked down and it was covered in blood and all slashed up. I looked at my uniform skirt, covered in blood, all slashed up. I looked at the floor beneath me, blood on the floor. I took my left hand and I touched my face.
Nothing but blood.
And I pulled it away and it was covered in blood.
So you just heard that disturbing story about how she was minding her own business. Her name is Gia, DJ Envy's wife, and she just got harassed by some random ugly hood boogers because she's a beautiful light-skinned woman. They attacked her for no reason. She didn't do anything to them. You know, this is the light-skinned privilege that everyone is telling light-skinned women that they have and that they should be happy for and that they should celebrate. We have the privilege to be attacked, our faces slashed, bullied, harassed, and have nobody in the community give a crap about us. That's our privilege. This is disgusting and horrendous. This is what people are saying doesn't matter. Okay? Light-skinned women are being killed for our skin tone by dark-skinned women. We are having our faces slashed. We are being beat up. We are being bullied. I rarely ever hear it happening the opposite way, where a light-skinned woman is slashing, beating up, and bullying a dark-skinned woman. I'm sure it's happened, yet I've never heard of it. The majority of people bullying dark-skinned women are other dark-skinned men, yet they take all of their anger and bitterness out on us. It's not fair, and we are tired of being the scapegoat. This is Buku Love.